The statement we're discussing today is men have it easier than women in Nepali society. Agree or disagree? One, two, three.
Ding.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Who
shall I
wants to
lead it
start?
because I'm different to all of you guys? Well, it depends what we really mean by men have it easier. I don't think men do have it easier. It's probably same. But Nepal society mein no one is that. It's the men who are the bread earners. It's the men who go out to. If you're not in the army, you go abroad.
I said
You go
disagree,
to
but
Saudi
carry on.
Arabia or wherever to make money, send it back to the family. Women, yes, they look after their kids. That's a different type of difficulty. But the men are the ones who are doing the graft to, I don't know, make a living,
Are you talking about people who are in Nepal?
Generally, yeah.
Yeah, because we're talking about Nepali society, no? So we can't obviously ignore Nepal. But I think I kind of agree with you in that physical labor or research ones, yes, I think men do have it harder. Because they're expected to do more, and they're expected to go abroad and work in like very shitty conditions because they have to provide for their family. Whereas more women, they don't have that expectations on them, so they generally they have to do some hard stuff as well. But I think they're more or less just looking after the family and that. But I guess it depends what you value. Is it the opportunities? Or the fact that someone has to do the manual labor, okay? So I think men go say they do have the opportunity. I think they have more opportunity compared to women.
Yeah.
I think, and so they have the choice for that reason. I think women, even those who want to go out and work, I think they don't have that. So society doesn't allow them to have that, guy. So in that sense, I think it's not easier.
But then having a choice, doesn't that make it sodilo? A choice is kind of one, but that is difficult because you kind of have to do what you have to do. So you guys are saying men have more choices. That to me means it's easier because you can pick and choose what you want to do. You know, as a female, we don't have that many choices, so we have to do what we have to do, regardless if we're not good at it. So so you're kind of contradicting it in my.
Actually, I have to disagree there because I think, yes, from the exterior, yeah, you have the choice, but what happens to the men who choose not to go out and work? Because they get condemned as well. Like, I think men who do not want to be the breadwinner, they want to just stay home and become that. I think they have it pretty difficult as well. Like, society is going to criticize.
But at least they can choose to do that. Females or girls or we have to stay at home. We have to do the cooking. That's a culture. We don't have to, but we're implied to do it.
So what Dennis was saying was Nepal minor. I didn't really think about it in Nepal sense ma. I was thinking more like UK Nepali society ma. We have a choice. I mean, as women, I think so. You can choose to work. You can choose not to work. So that's why I sort of disagreed with you guys. But I guess Nepal ma, of course, on the the education there is. I know women are lagi, so there is not that choice. But as I said, I think we have so much choices here, so you can choose to do either or.
I think it depends on what you think is easier, because you said being the breadwinner is harder. But in my perspective, I think being the parent, being the main carer for children are much more harder than earning money. Because earning money, you have a set job, If
you have to get that job in the first place.
Exactly.
The responsibility is very, very
But the responsibility of bringing up children and having everything okay in a cargo environment, I personally think is much more harder. So I think women have it more harder than men.
So,
women are, Nepali society, they are quite oppressed.
Oh.
So being you guys women, this is a question for you two. What is a utopian society for a woman in Nepali society?
Being equal.
Yeah,
equal
as you can,
like,
having a choice to.
Nepalमा जाँदाखेरि पनि, or even Nepal society in Nepal or in the UK, when we talk about certain roles or certain jobs or certain things, it is unconsciously for a man. So like, an example, when I was moving houses, we were making beds. And this uncle auntie came to look at our house, and auntie was looking at me and my cousin sister building the bed, and auntie we was like, छोरीहरूले पनि bed बनाउन सक्दै रहेछ हुन्छ नि. So I don't think she meant it in a bad way, but unconsciously she was like, that's a man's job, I'm telling you, those roles, and those gender roles, if we go nitty gritty, I feel like that's why women have it harder, because we have more oppressive roles or gender roles that we need to address. And Auntie said, hey, I'm not going to say, like, like, I didn't do anything. But
and she expects that from him.
Yeah.
But hold on, but was she okay to expect that?
For me?
No. So, in her household right now, uncle does all the work and auntie does all the, let's say, cooking, and let's assume that. If they're both okay with that, is that really a problem? Where I'm coming at from is, I think we have to strive for equal opportunities enough, but at the same time we have to acknowledge the differences as well. I think there are differences, and that doesn't mean just because of these differences we need to not allow women to work in certain roles or fulfill certain positions, but at the same time, like, we have to acknowledge that women generally, they tend to have the more nurturing side enough, whereas men, they're more generally, again, they like, problem solving and all that, like physical activities and stuff like that, because they do have hormonal differences right now. So is it, if the women are fine with taking on those, like, household jobs right now, is that really a problem? If I look at society now, we see that the roles that men and women take are different. Is that of itself bad?
I think going back to what you said about the biologics, men being stronger and the emotional side of females are being more nurturing. I think that's why Nepali mom, baba, uncle, auntie have different expectations of choriyaru and choraru. Hence why I agree that men have it easier. Like, if women are able to drive, like you said, it's, oh my god, wow, she can drive. So the mirror story funny, Nirama came down to visit me. It's like a 2-hour drive, and she was 18 that. And then mommy asked me, oh, how did they get here? I said, oh yeah, Nirama just drove down. He said, oh, drive gareko? Nirama ta kira jaste rohisa kya? पछि gora re kya? And I just laughed it off at that time, and then now looking back, I'm thinking there's just that different expectations. Like, I think women have to work harder to be at the same level and be accepted.
Is that really a problem, though?
I don't think it's a problem. It's not per se a problem, but I think they've just got this perception that women have limitations, and that they keep us in a box. Yeah.
Right.
Oppressed.
How do they keep? How is that oppression? Sorry.
Well, okay. Ask you.
So for me, oppression is something more systematic, where the real authorities, they deprive you of the opportunities over a prolonged period of time. I know. How is someone expecting something from you, but you break that, and they are surprised genuinely? How, and they say it out loud? Like, how is that oppression?
Okay, maybe.
Can I quickly add to that bit as well?
Yeah.
The exam question is, men have it easier than women in the Nepali society, or not? Didn't your experience got in there, no? Why was it hard? It's just a statement. No,
I'm not saying that it's harder. I'm just saying that whatever men seem to do, it's, they can do it. They're able to do it. That's totally fine.
I think it may be like a symptom to a deeper problem, but I don't think that is a good example of oppression.
I'm not saying that. Okay, that was not my words. I just
maybe,
but I did not say it was oppression.
Okay, maybe oppression isn't the right word, but it's like looking down. I think
it's a learning
curve. It should be normal, because we're all human beings.
But that still doesn't answer the exam question. That means women have it easier than men. I know. Because if the benchmark for boys is male is higher, and you're being told, oh, you're getting that, then that's a good thing, surely. That means that you're having it easier. If the benchmark is higher to get. Does it make sense?
But I don't want lower expectations for myself. I want to be on the same level.
But that does not mean that's harder, though.
It is harder, because being looked down is, maybe it's not physically harder, but emotionally and mentally. It's like, why is this person looking down on me?
I think you're choosing that statement as someone looking down on you. I think it's just about those expectations go by the goggle. So that doesn't necessarily mean that they're looking down on you. So,
I mean, maybe there is a shift, Aile.
Definitely.
Yeah, because I do feel like we have
earning the same.
Some even earning more.
Yeah.
In some cases, so I think guys are starting to find it a little bit more difficult, because maybe it's the upbringing.
The girls are finding it difficult
to find
men.
a guy who is up to the same standard. Sorry, no, I'm not.
Wait, why are you looking at us?
I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at the camera.
I'm trying not.
Let's not get personal away.
I was agree. So men have it easier on the Nepali society. Totally agree in the Nepali context, ma. Because most of the points it's majority of is to do with tradition and norms. Like men are after 20 or by 25 like some stable job whereas for female it's changing now. Well, traditionally it was housewife now it's as we get more progressive, social media, everything, it's pushing towards this fair equality of opportunity.
I have a question for the boys, Aru.
Yeah.
So let's say you're married and your wife can't cook. Would you be annoyed that she can't cook?
I never get that question, by the way, because cooking is such a simple skill that you can just learn.
No, but
some people don't know.
Some girls generally don't want to learn to cook.
Oh, okay, but that's a different thing, though.
And some people generally don't know how to cook.
Who knows? Would you guys be annoyed?
I wouldn't. I would put my hands, up for cooking every day.
Oh.
No.
Because you enjoy it.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
I'm still thinking. I mean,
I
enjoy cooking. I enjoy cooking myself.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do it every single day.
So you'd expect the wife to do it every single day?
Yes, sharing roles.
This whole thing about it has to be equal, isn't it? That to me is fundamentally wrong. Yes, there has to be equal opportunity, like he says, but we can't force equal outcomes, because there will be women who would want to cook, who loves cooking, for their partner.
Who want to be a traditional wife.
So and likewise on the other side, there will be men who would want to go out there and get all the money, but don't necessarily want to invest time in the household chores. And so they can be compatible. There are people like that and in the world, and I think if they want to
both parties are fine with it.
I think it's about choice. Like only at the point where someone enforces their views, and says, "Oh, because I'm getting all the money, you have to cook." I think at that point it becomes wrong. But I don't think just saying, "Oh, I want a wife who would want to cook" is a bad thing necessarily.
Okay, so I want to say another question, like you said. So gender roles go, sticking on the topic of marriage. Nepali biharma बुढीहरूले ढोग्नु पर्छ नि.
Yeah.
So biha bhayo. I mean, in a sense, you're at the marriage and she's ticked all your lists. And of course, सबै टिक गरेर हुन्छ नि, पकाउनु पनि आउँछ अरे सबै टिक भयो. Come to the wedding.
Yeah.
Of course, the rituals गर्दाखेरि, you know how the bride has to खुट्टा ढोग्नु पर्छ नि भुलको. And at that moment she says, म ढोग्दिन. भन्यो भने चाहिँ के भन्छौ? What would you say? What would each? So I'm gonna go in turns. Let's go Amit first.
Ritual ma, the guy doesn't have to.
Yeah, rituals ma चाहिँ केटीहरूले म ढोग्नु पर्छ. So Amit त्यतिखेर तिम्रो future wife ले म ढोग्दिन भने सबैको अगाडि. So of course your parents are gonna be there, हैन? अब यसै opposite बस्नु पर्छ नि. अनि उले अनि पुजारी, I don't know को हुन्छ, or whoever the person would say oh अब bride ले के भन्छ नेपालीमा? दुलाईलाई बेहुलीले ढोग्नु पर्छ श्रीमानलाई भन्यो भने अनि तिम्रो बुढीले त्यतिखेर म ढोग्दिन भन्यो भने तिम्रो response के हुन्छ त्यतिखेर? Without even thinking of what your parents are going to say, what is your response?
I think it will be neutral. Okay.
What's neutral? Yes, no. What would you say? You can't be on the fence. Say on this.
I'll be okay. No worries.
Okay. What would yours be?
Go.
Okay. I'll be fine with it because I don't have no problems with it personally. But I think it's about managing that situation beforehand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you're if it's your wife and if it's a girlfriend you're marrying and she doesn't want to do that, then you should communicate that together very well.
Yes.
With your parents, with the pandit or whatever priest you have, and manage that situation accordingly.
So what?
But you'd be cool with it though if she said no before the.
But assuming that the girl doesn't know that that is going to happen and finds out on the spot.
Put yourself in that position.
Personally, I would be fine.
Okay.
So I'd probably be disappointed about what the atmosphere is going to be because of that.
Okay.
and I'll probably piss off at her.
There's a follow-up
To me,
question.
that shows that now she is owned by the husband and she's bowing down to him.
Could that
Why
be
is it
important?
it's only the women?
It is a one-off, mate.
Yeah.
Well, just because it's a one-off,
It's a
it's
one-off.
okay. It's a one-off for like 1 day and it's okay.
So why can't you just ignore it?
Say
It's
that, why
a
can't you
one-off.
just ignore it altogether?
For
It's
me,
a one-off.
I don't think it will make any difference. Like,
If I'm saving up for a nice car, right, and 100k in my bank account, she says it's a one-off, I'll have it to you. And if I love her, I'll give it to her. It's a one-off. That's one thing.
So why can't you think of...
It's about mutual giving and getting the respect wise.
I just think just because it's traditional doesn't mean that it's right.
Exactly. Correct. I agree.
You're completely right. Just because it's traditional doesn't make it right. But we have to think about the approach as well, don't we? So how do we challenge that? And is it the best thing to do, like on the spot, to refuse to do it? Like,
an open conversation would be great.
Yeah. So I think when you do things like this, when you say, "Oh, it's tackle spot ma," if someone says, "Oh, I won't do it," and then if the guy gets annoyed, like Dinesh, then you say, "Oh, the guy was wrong." I think what that does is it alienates the majority of people who do think traditional things aren't always the good things, but they might not necessarily disagree with Dinesh Ka. So I think you lose that support. I think there are better ways to tackle that, and it might be to bring up things like that outside in general conversations, and so that people know it's just the way and your reason so we might need to change it. But I don't think it's bad if Dinesh says, I think if you had a daughter, Tori, in the future, I think you'd have a different perspective for her.
So the follow-up question was like, if you had a daughter, and then therefore you're on the receiving end, aren't you? Would you want her to?
If I have a daughter, my job is to make sure I bring up well, so that she chooses the right partner who doesn't do that to him, to her. Sorry, and then.
And who would also not get angry at her if she does not.
When does that matter? When does the concept that men are not inferior, superior to women? When does that matter? It matters when people deprive girls of like opportunities and education, and they treat them differently, discriminate against them, and things like that. I think so. Although त्यो ढोगेको part is a symptom, I don't think that's
a discrimination, not symptom, please. It's an act of discrimination. Is it not?
Is it? I don't know. So, but I'm okay. Even if it was, I don't think. त्यहाँबाट सुरु गर्नुपर्छ. I know we can do both, but I don't think that is even the. I think it's such a trivial thing.
So why? Let me just help me to understand how the Khuta Dogego is not an act of discrimination for women. Why? How is it not?
So you are coming from traditionally, it has always been
discrimination. Help me understand that.
No, because practically what
is she doing?
No. Just look at it physically, level-wise. You know, the girl is lower than the guy at that point, and I think it symbolizes a lot. Why are you laughing? Can I say please?
No, but by the way, if the person I was marrying,
sorry.
Dirty mind.
No, you with your body language. What are you doing?
I just got it.
So you're saying it could be कसरी भयो त्यो एक्सप्लेन गर्छ हैन तर त्यो चाहिँ how is it a positive? Give me reasons to believe how it is a positive act. Come on. How is केटीले केटालाई ढोगे त्यो कसरी positive हो? कसरी positive हो?
Okay, so
I can't think of a positive way of thinking of that.
I can't answer that question or not, but it doesn't have to just be binary. It doesn't have to be positive or negative. It can be neutral or not.
Okay, give me a neutral.
So I'm not saying it is that, but let me just put the point out. So a lot of things that happen in rituals, especially, like, it makes no sense to me, but they're done more as a symbol, symbolically,
Yeah.
So what do you guys actually care about? What do you guys care about? Is it that women aren't deprived of the opportunity, this is cheese, or the ritual man not
exactly.
What is it?
I think
because are they always the same? And I don't know if it is, because like right now I bet मेरो साथीहरु कसैलाई थाहा पनि छैन का त्यो ढोग्नु पर्छ भनेर. So, because that is only, I think that the act which happened during rituals are more significant to people who are more religious or traditionalists. I know. People like us, we don't really care.
That's why we shouldn't do it.
We should.
I mean, me and Romano, we both come from like all daughter families.
Yeah.
So I think we've got the worst end or more of the worst end of the deal because we get. I don't know about your parents, but my dad always said, you have to be my daughter and my son. Son and my daughter. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, so, different. I agree.
Yeah, and then there's so many relatives back home that say like, question Ani bhai, China. It's China.
That is quite sad. That
And I know they're not trying to say in a bad way, but it psychologically sits in your mind. Like, damn, I mean, I think in this day and age, daughters are doing better than Torado. But I think that's a fact.
I think
how is that a fact?
Okay, that's a strong opinion.
I agree with that. Definitely facts. Facts right there.
Are you talking about all daughters or are you just talking about Nepalese daughters?
Nepalese daughters are doing better than...
This is Hamro inside Nepali Society.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter. Actually, it's great though. It's great. I think everyone wins.
Everybody wins. No, but you guys are great. Don't worry, it's not about you.
Oh yeah.
It's I don't know guys if you've experienced it, but my baby like you say no. In a household where I come from, a sister and a brother, or have you ever seen that guys aren't expected to do much household stuff, and girls are like get like this and guys aren't like. They just don't. They don't do it. It's like ingrained in you from your mom. But
mom has always been like, available. It's not like Didi she's living somewhere else. I mean, you can't I can't. Sorry, I can't make you tea. Just the one million. So I do it, and it has. I would say never really felt like Katie bhayera गर्नुपर्छ केटा भएर.
So was the emphasis more on your sister? I think was the question. So like
before she got married off and you guys were all living together, did you feel like you had to do more?
It may have been in some cases, but we were both there. I mean, the question was more of who was available and who was able to do it.
My mother very much, sister was taught or she was inculcated with this idea that a woman has to do all the household work, and even now that she's not living with us, sometimes mom calls her like yo so that she can come and help out. So
do you step in when your mom calls your sister? Yeah, I know, mommy more no,
not necessarily, no.
Privilege. What about you?
Well, hold on, but I am like that, therefore I do agree men have it easier in that sense. Yeah.
What about you? Do
you have
no sisters? That's what I have, me and my brother. I do everything. I do that. Wiping up the stove.
Do you get shocked? Do you make tea?
Yeah, so
they get shocked.
They do say. Sorry, when I go in,
But is that a compliment?
Yes, it's a compliment. Yeah. It is a compliment.
I think that is a good statement. It does not really matter. Okay. But these are the camera.
I'll start I'm still disagreeing because being looked down, yes, I don't agree with that. But I can't connect the dots between I'm looking down and finding it harder or easier. Because I mean you've already said because I'm being honest here because I don't have it.
I still agree with that. I do think if you don't have it, harder than male.
I just think that women have a lot more barriers than men. I think currently we are still trying to push through those barriers, and one day maybe it'll come to the point where alikati equal huncha. As of yet, there's still more to do. So yeah, I agree that men do have it easier than women.
Same with me as well. I think, especially in Nepali society, because that's what we are discussing about. Men have it easier than women in Nepali society. Yes.
I kind of do agree that men have it easier and there are more social barriers. I don't think there are as many systematic barriers you came out, I had to say, so that those barriers are being blurred. I think women can be as equal as they want to compared to men. But I guess, yeah, Nepalma हेऱ्यो भने चाहिँ I do think men have it easier, I guess. So still with me.
Alright, that was a wrap up to our first episode. Please do like, comment, subscribe and share. A question for the ladies, what do you guys think? Please comment down below.